We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
What's good, bro?
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's happening?
Man, nothing to it, nothing to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. So,
what's up?
what's good your way, man? Everything cool?
Yeah, finally. I've been running around all day. Had follow up appointments for the accident, and been trying to get stuff squared away. They was examining the car today to try to figure out what they gonna do. So, yeah, just handling business really. What about you?
Man, so I was driving, man. I'm reporting live from Shreveport, though, bro. So, had to make that ride this morning, though. Unfortunately, coming on out for a funeral, though, man. But I got the opportunity to, I'm kicking it with my pops. Probably get to see my mama here in a little while, though, man. And so, it's always one of them unfortunate things, though, man. When funerals turn into family reunions, though, man. But I won't, I still will respect and love and appreciate seeing the folks anyway, even under the very unfortunate circumstances, though, man. But yeah,
100%. Well, shoot, we're gonna get into
yeah.
all of that, bro. Let's get this music popping off.
Let's do it.
It doesn't matter what your name
The
is.
Slash Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you
of
dig
all
it,
time.
sucker? Suck.
Slash Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Listen, I forgot it's Friday.
Cause I throw hands. Try Jesus. Please don't try me. Because I'm fine.
Ooh, listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. Every episode is streamed on both platforms at the same time. Ace Kennedy.
Yes, sir.
So, if you were in if you had a guest come into Oklahoma City, right,
Mhm.
and you say, you know what, this is kind of a Oklahoma City thing, food wise,
Mhm.
right? What would be the I like when I came out there, you said, all right, you know what, we gotta go to what's that, off the hook,
Gotta go to off the hook.
right? Off the hook. All right. So, what is the Oklahoma thing that when you say when you come to Oklahoma, this is the food this is the thing you have to have out here?
Uh, I think it varies on what type of food you like, but I definitely think some of the staples we have out here, Waffle Champion is one, the Hatch is one, Syrup is one, which are all breakfast places, uh, or brunch. But then the other place, I think Cattleman's is a big deal out here, which is a steak place. And like I said, off the hook. But I mean, like I said, it just kind of depended on what kind of food you're looking for, and to just not necessarily go to a chain, but something that's in Oklahoma.
Only Oklahoma, though.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's funny about that, man, is that I'm out here in Shreveport, and one of the things that I remember from growing up here, man, before I moved to Texas, and it's all every time I come, I stop by there. It's Southern Made Donuts, right? And so I will listen. It's being in Atlanta, home of Krispy Kreme donuts. Everybody always talk like Krispy Kreme is the absolute best donut place you will ever find. Dunkin' Donuts, some people argue about that as well. And listen, I will tell you hands down, and it's not even close, that Southern Made Donuts is by far better than both of them. And I'm talking about it is like it's so much of a difference, bro, that it's almost like if you was comparing Steph to LeBron and you were only comparing 3-point shooting. Like it's that big of a difference though, bro. And I'm
Yeah.
only saying that because I'm low key kind of watching the Golden State game here against the Celtics. But so I'm excited though, man, that probably I was gonna try to slide through and get some today, but I didn't. But I'm definitely trying to get some. I'm trying to take back about 2 dozen donuts, and hopefully the whole 2 dozen make it to Atlanta, though, bro. But easily, like I remember, man, when I remember when we used to when my grandma used to live off of this street out here, Quentin Street, that's off of Main Street in Shreveport. And so one of the things that was real cool is that we lived not that far from a Southern Made donut. This was back when there were only like maybe one or two in Shreveport. And so what was cool, crazy is I remember when we would be going back there, and then we would pull up to the Southern Made Donut at nighttime, though, bro. And the line was just long. Just to turn in there, dog, was just long. They had the neon lights out there, though, bro. And it was just one of those parts of my childhood that I was like, yo. And every time I come to Shreveport, I definitely got to make sure I get Southern Made Donuts, though, bro. So I'm looking forward to doing that too, though.
That's what's up. Oh yeah, Bobo's is also a staple out here too.
Bobo's is definitely an Oklahoma. I think probably even more than all the other things. I think Oklahoma Bobo's is probably more from my perspective anyway. My limited experience. Yeah, I thought that Bobo's would be a yeah. That's our thing here.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so you had this long drive, bro. What anything exciting happened? Did you listen to any new music? Did you like what was the trip like?
So listen, so long trip, and you know what I'm saying, I'm riding the trip solo dolo, right? So that also means I don't got to worry about sharing playlists and everything like that. Here's the funny thing. First off, I was riding back, and I made it. I got out of Atlanta quick. I hit the road about 5:30. Right, I'm out the house. Boom, I'm good. So I get to Leeds, Alabama. Now, last year I was out here around the same time. Came out here, surprised my dad for his birthday. And on the way back to Atlanta, Leeds is probably about right, just right when you get inside of Alabama. So about 2 hours outside of Atlanta. So I'm swinging by. When we were there last time, they were just opening up a Bucky's, right? I was like, oh, you know what? Bucky's, I know is a Texas thing, but from us, from when we were growing up and when we were in Texas heavily like that, Bucky's wasn't a Bucky's anywhere near us, right? It was kind of out of our way anyway for Killeen. And so now I know that there are a couple of ones that are around and everything near Killeen. But what was wild about it though, bro, is I was wanting to go check out the Bucky's the last time, but I was like, all right, they got an outlet right across the street, so I didn't go to it. This time I went into the Bucky's, bro. Listen, Ace Kennedy, I know you told me that Bucky's got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Wasn't prepared for this much stuff, bro.
Wait a minute.
Was not prepared.
How long did you stay?
So it had to be quick, right? Because I was like, listen, I'm solo dolo, so I'm trying to go ahead and make sure I'm not, but I'm looking out here. I get some gas. I'm in the store, and I knew that I was like, I like to get me my little road trip snacks. So I was like, let me get me some gummies and maybe something. So I'm looking at they have about 50, 60 kinds of gummies to choose from, right? It's like a whole gummy section. Of course they had the nuggets they're big on.
The beaver nuggets.
Beaver nuggets, right? I wound up getting some beef jerky. But in the midst of me trying to get beef jerky, I almost bought like a cast iron skillet set. Almost bought Texas recipe cookbook for no reason because it was there. Was tempted to buy a barbecue grill, and a fire pit because it was also there. It's an amazing place, though, bro. I mean, it was absolutely amazing.
Did you happen to stop by the bathroom though?
I went to the bathroom, immaculate bathroom. Felt like it was as clean as your bathroom it would be at the house, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. And this is the thing too that was crazy. So I leave out of there and I get a breakfast burrito. So of course, I don't know if this is at every Bucky's, but while I was there, when the brisket is fresh, apparently these folks have a fresh brisket song that they sing for like a couple seconds, and I'm just like, whoa! So I get a breakfast burrito. They didn't. They put the eggs in the burrito, hash browns, sausage, and then sprinkle just a little bit of the brisket inside of the breakfast burrito. Dog, I had to get coffee just to make sure I didn't go into a food coma after I had it, though, bro. It was amazing. Listen, bro, I'm a huge fan of Bucky's, bro. Like a huge, huge fan. I'm planning to stop by there on my way back home, though, man. It was insane, bro.
Yeah, Bucky's is the spot. That's the place where I met Kyler Murray at. And here's the crazy thing: the place was so big, nobody even knew who he was. Me and Deuce was just standing there. It was like, yo, that's Kyler Murray. He was like, he had just signed with the Oakland A's, and he was still, quarterback for the Sooners. It was like, in between his last season. And so we was like, yo, Mr. Murray, can we get a picture with you? And he was yoked, bro. I'm talking about yoked. Looked like somebody sold his t-shirt on it. And he had a white tee with this little bitty number 1 in the back of it. And it was dope. And what's funny, Sarah's on the other end of the store talking to this lady. And next thing we know, that was Kyler Murray's girl. So yeah, it was destined. So we took a picture with her, man, as y'all have seen before. And so then these white ladies came up to her. It was like, excuse me, who is that? We was like, oh, that's the starting quarterback for the Oklahoma Sooners, and he's also a Major League Baseball player for Oakland A's. And they was like, oh. So it was cool, though. He was real cool, man. It was dope to sit there and just, and of course Deuce was wearing an Oklahoma State shirt at the time. I'm like, bro, really? I'm like, I wish I would have been wearing some Texas stuff to actually took a picture with him, but it still was just dope. And, wished him well in the season and everything, but it was dope. But yeah, Bucky's is the spot, bro. We've been there. Is every time we go to Texas, man, I got to stop at Bucky's for some reason. So yeah.
Where do you stop at a Bucky's at?
I think there's one on outside of Belton. I want to say not Denton. I think I want to say. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they got signs that tell you, hey, the next exit, 2 exits and 3 exits. Like
yeah. There's literally just one from on at least going on I-20 from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Until Tyler, I believe. There's only one Bucky's there. So I was just like, when they added it there, I was just like, dang, they got a Bucky's though, man. But nah, I'm planning to swing back by there on the way back to the crib though, man.
I think on the way from Texas to Oklahoma, I think there's 2. But I do believe they're gonna build one in Oklahoma though. So yeah, I'm sure that's gonna I ain't gonna go there for probably at least 6 months so I can let the newness wear off because everybody gonna be trying to go up in that piece, bro. Yeah.
But what was real cool though, man, is that on the way back, so on the way out here, wound up stopping in Pearl, Mississippi, though, right? Pearl is right outside of Jackson State, though, bro. Slid through there, man, because they was just like, I need the gas up anyway, and saw a sign that said, "Oh yeah, in Pearl, Mississippi, they got the biggest outlet in the state of Mississippi." So I was like, "Okay, bet." Let me slide through. I've had like a little gift card that I got for my birthday for Nike that I've been trying to use for a little while. And then I also had when you're a Nike member, you get your birthday 10% and everything like that. And y'all boys get the military discount as well. I don't catch that piece. So I was like, let me use my little 10% though, man. And it only applies when you get when you buy something that's $100. So I slid through though, man. Found me some dope little J's, scooped them on up though, man. I'm talking about, and the weird part about it is they were the ones with they were the mids with the little, they were the retro ones with the little reflector joint. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But listen, but usually if I would have saw the little reflector, and if I saw the little reflector stuff on a picture, I probably wouldn't have even got them. But when I went and actually looked at them, I was like, okay, hold on now. I tried them on. Once I put them on the feet, boom, It was instant, no buyer's remorse. I was able to walk out the store feeling like I stole something, bro.
Well, it's one of those things too that you don't really see the reflector stuff until you turn the shoe to the side, because from the
Yes,
front it's that black and white. So you can get
yes.
away with a lot. And it's funny because I actually got my pastor a pair of them. And so he was rocking them one day, just cheesing. So he actually has two pair of ones now. He used to play for Oklahoma State, and he had them in the tuck waiting. He got a black and white pair, but he had some orange string in his. When
Yeah.
OSU beat OU, he busted them things on out. So he ain't even had to say nothing from the stage, like, what's up with y'all Sooner fans. He ain't had to say nothing because his shoes did the talking for him, bro. It was crazy.
Oh man.
It was
No,
epic.
I'm looking to swap out the white laces for some black laces in
Yeah,
them though before I even put them on though. But they fire though, bro. And like I said, it didn't cost me hardly anything to get them. I mean, it really felt like I slid out the store with like a free pair of kicks though, bro.
that's what's up. Well, all right, bro.
Yeah, man.
Friday, bro. So what's the best thing you seen this week?
Oh man, so you know what? So a couple things, man. My pops, I ain't seen my pops since last year. So that's definitely on the list, real high up. I'm probably gonna see my mama here in a little bit. So while it hasn't happened yet, that would be on there as well. I think that the other thing too for me though, man, is that this week has been like for the last like month, it's been pretty chaotic and everything like that though, man. So I think that just for me, it's been just a matter of my dude Landon. He finished his final exams though. Where that yard came from, bro. But my dude Landon finished his final exams up though, bro, and got really good grades on him though, man. Very proud of him. I think that's it though, man. Yeah, that was it. It's been eventful, but yeah, those are the things. What about you?
For me is I'll say my number one for after my number two. The number two thing is actually seeing some feet on this process of trying to get the whip. Because long story short, we had to go a different direction because the insurance company was having some issues. That's where I'll leave it. So we had to go a different route, and so there's finally some legs moving. Should hear more information maybe Monday. That possibly Tuesday, but hopefully Monday. Dude said we should have some information, but so that's kind of where that's going. But so that's I'm happy about that. The other thing, the number one thing, that the best thing this week is the Ice Princess turned 14. Ice Princess turned 14. So
Hey, hey.
Layla Shanae is 14 years old. So that's a blessing to have raised the child and them still be here after 14 years. So you did something right.
I always think about when you told me the time that you got the word that she was that she was in delivery while you were on stage, and then you had to slide on out of there, though, bro. That's what I think is dope.
Yeah, it was the Lil Wayne concert here in Oklahoma City, bro. I remember when we was on the stage performing, and my phone is just blowing up, which is crazy because the earlier that morning we had went to the hospital, and she was dilating a little bit, but no big news. It was just like, all right, I have a phone on standby. Yeah, I'm up here singing, bro, and yeah, my phone's just buzzing. Get off the stage, it just dipped, and it was an ice storm out here, but lo and behold, made it, and the Ice Princess is here. But yeah, 14 years.
14 years old, though, man. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So, bro, COVID is taking over sports right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like heavy. Like teams are depleted enough to where COVID helped Kyrie win.
So is it okay? Okay. Well, let me ask you this: did it help Kyrie win, or is it that maybe? So I think of that. Okay, let's talk about this. Give me.
This is why I say that. This is why I say that.
Okay.
Right. When the season started, the Nets was like, nah. Because in the beginning, they was like, okay, he's gonna play half the games, all the games where there's no restrictions, then he can come play for those. But for home games and away games that he can't, then he won't. Right. Then the Nets was like, nah, forget that. He ain't playing at all. If he ain't gonna play, then we ain't using him. Right.
Fair.
Now the team gets depleted. KD has to put the team on his back because even James Harden is in COVID protocol right now. Now it's like,
Okay.
oh, Kyrie might be making a return. Like, what changed? Because now they need him. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they were almost like hoping that if we say nah, you can't play unless you strapped up, then we thought he would go ahead and get strapped up, and he was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'll stay in shape. I'll do my thing. He came to one practice this year, but now all of a sudden the boy might, and it was crazy because they already had like the trade rumors out there circulating with him, Russ, and Ben Simmons and all of that. So you already had that floating around. So now there's like, well, now we might be bringing him back. So that's because they need him. It's amazing how things change when they need you.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Here's the way I look at that, right? So what I think is interesting, I look at this two ways, right? I think that it's crazy to think that they are basically that means that he's only gonna be eligible to play in 22 games. That means he's almost making like $1 million per game. More than that, a million and a half. That's one thing that's interesting to me. But I think that what is interesting about that though is that I think what they're looking at, bro, is this. I think that even with James Harden coming back, I think that I think that I don't think that it was about COVID, but indirectly, I think Kyrie was putting on his poker face and see who will bluff first. And I think that Kyrie kind of won because I think that what happened is I think at the end of the day, I think that the Nets were looking and saying, dang, KD is balling out of control. But we didn't think that KD was going to have to do this much in order for us to be the number one seed. So I think that they probably could win the championship without Kyrie. But I also think that at the end of the day, Kyrie can be a free agent, I think, after the end of the season, and James Harden can as well. And so I think that they kind of looked at that and said, you know what? It would be more likely that these guys would run it back if we won the championship. And so to make that easier, let's just go ahead and have Kyrie go ahead and come back. But I think that Kyrie called their bluff and stuck to his guns, though, bro. And while it was because of COVID, I think that at the end of the day, I don't think that it was necessarily the James Harden related. I think that even with James Harden not in COVID, I think that for some reason, like James Harden is putting up pretty good numbers, right? But I think that his impact of those numbers are just different without Kyrie, and it makes it look like James Harden isn't in the greatest shape. It makes it look like this, that, and the other. But I think that at the end of the day, I think that they just looked at it and said, you know what? If we gonna be all in, we're trying to win this, and we got to still try to bring these guys back next season. Then yeah, we got to go ahead and have everybody at full capacity.
I mean, I get that, but that's what I'm saying, right? At the end of the day, for me, it's one of those things like if they didn't need him, like it wasn't just James Harden that's in the COVID protocol. There's a bunch of people. Like when they won that
Yeah.
game, the last game, there was a lot of faces I had never seen before. And
That's true, but I guess what I say, COVID aside, though, right? Let's say if nobody on their team had COVID, do you think that the Nets without Kyrie could have won the championship?
didn't they have the best record in the East?
They have the best record in the East.
I don't think that they would have beat whoever came out of the West, but I definitely think that they would have won the East. I don't know. I just don't know that. I don't know that the Bucks could have gotten it done. That don't get me wrong. What's his name is still balling. Giannis.
Now, I'm about to say, do you think that the Nets, even though the Nets are in first place, do you think that the Nets can beat the Bucks? I have my doubts.
I think they can if James Harden is there. Like if James is in the protocol or whatever, or if he gets injured, then no. If even with James Harden putting up the little bit of points that he is doing or whatever like that, because KD almost beat them by himself last year.
Okay, but put that in context, because see, that's the thing that's the thing that's a little misleading when people say that James Harden looks like he's fallen off. He's averaging 20 points a game and 10 assists.
It doesn't matter. He's not putting up James Harden numbers. James Harden.
Well,
so what I'm saying is, I'm saying that if you took the James Harden from Houston Rockets and he was putting up those type numbers. I'm not, because see, here's the thing, Kyrie's not there, right? So the difference when they were clicking on all cylinders last year, he didn't have to score as many points because you then had Kyrie doing his thing. And it's like every other game, one of them would do whatever. But this year, they haven't had Kyrie. And James Harden, like you said, is only putting up 20 points. You know what I'm saying? When he's used to putting up 30 to 40 points. So
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The context to that, though, right? When James Harden played more of the point guard role and not the score, right? Because when he averaged like the 30-some points and he had those high ones, he didn't have those kind of assists. His assist wasn't nowhere close to 10, but when he averaged the 10 assists a game in Houston, his points per game were about 24 points a game, 25. So he's technically only 5 points less. And that basically means that he's making 3 less shots than what he would have made when he averaged the same kind of assist.
I understand that. But again, to my point, he doesn't have Kyrie there to make up the slack. Because here's the thing. Again, Houston and Brooklyn have different requirements. The thing is, if KD goes down, the Nets, I don't care if they had Harden and Kyrie, they won't win. KD
won't. Okay. I agree with you on that.
What I'm saying is, but KD still needs some additional help because what's his name ain't knocking the threes down like he used to. Like he's not getting the production from the rest of the squad like he would need. They still need that other scorer. If KD's putting up 40 or 36 points, they still need that additional firepower that James Harden isn't given consistently on a regular night. I get it. Each night is different.
He's so the thing. I think the thing that to me, right? This is the way when I watch James Harden play, I think that he is trying to play. He's playing a tradition. He's trying to play traditional point guard because here's the thing. Like I always thought that when he was with the Rockets, when I looked at the assists that he was getting at the Rockets, a lot of those assists were like, all right, let me pound the ball, and the shots that I don't want, I'm gonna kick them out. Right? It wasn't like I'm trying to set somebody up to get them. I think that he's doing that now. I think that before he had 10 assists. I think this time around he's facilitating the offense, right? But I think that here's the thing. I think that to be quite honest with you, though, I think that he's so much of a great scorer that you probably could say, hey, James, you know what? Kill it on the assist, bro. You know what? If you're good with averaging 5 to 6 assists a game, I think James Harden will probably start to average about 28 to 30 points a game. But I just don't think that you can have – I don't think that you can have him go 28 points a game and then still get the 10 assists. Like, you got to pick one of them, though.
No, I get that. I just think that I still think he could still average 6 or 7 assists and score more points to help KD out, because it's just one of those things. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he should just go. He needs to score 40 and KD needs to score 40. That's not what I'm saying. But he's got to give a little bit more, especially in the playoffs. When you're talking about when people can lock in and figure out what system you're doing, because that's where I'm saying it's just like the consistency. Because you and I both know James Harden his points ain't always just coming from being fouled, but it helps out a lot, because when you start putting people in foul trouble, they begin to back up off you and give you clearer shots to shoot. Whereas now he's not getting those fouls, so he's not getting the looks per se that he once was having. So I don't know, but either way, like
Kyrie backs that make them the favorite.
It does make them the favorite. It does make them the favorite because of the fact, just for the optics, right? It just really going to depend on the chemistry. Like if they can, I mean, they didn't have any issues with chemistry last year, as far as like, how like we're looking at the Lakers and like, man, this is going to take a minute for them chemistry. It didn't take Brooklyn long at all. Like
they only played 20 games though. They only played 20 games together,
but they still killed it when they did it though. Like it was like.
I think that here's the thing about it. To me, this is why the reason why I think, right, that it makes them the favorite, because I think that it goes back to, I wish I had some of my own cool sound effects.
What you need?
It goes back to I need my Law and Order hammer on this here.
Oh,
because what you got? What you got for me?
I got the Ethan.
All right, give me the ether then. This goes back to the Charles Venus ideology on playoff winning basketball. Somebody has to average 30. You need two guys to average 20 points. I think that by you having Kyrie back, that gives them the 30, 20, 20 every game. I think that it's going to be easier for them to meet the 30, 20, 20 than other teams. I think that they have a natural 30, 20, 20. And I don't think that the Bucks have a natural 30, 20, 20. Now, Giannis could go 40. Somebody can give you 18. Somebody might give you 20, but I think that it's still you gotta have two people who can average 20 throughout a finals. That's how you win a championship in this NBA, though, bro.
Yeah, I get that. Well, switching over to the West, bro. Clay just won the most 3-pointers. They had a little celebration in the middle of the game that we talked about a little bit. Yeah, Steph.
Yeah.
What about looking at the not the Grizzlies, my dog, the New Orleans. New Orleans. Your boy got another setback, 4 to 6 weeks. He just got a shot in his foot. Zion. What we doing with Zion, bro?
Okay, Ace, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This might be so premature. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Ace Kennedy, and say that Zion will never be what we thought he should have been, bro.
Is he Greg Oden?
Never.
Bro?
I think that he has a better chance. I think that he has a better chance of being Greg Oden than being a superstar. I'm gonna tell you the reason why, though, man. I think that here's the thing. Okay, maybe I'm premature in saying this, and I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always kind of listen. Zion's thing that makes him so unique is his explosiveness, right? He could jump out of the gym. And when you start all of these things, right, I would feel more comfortable with it if his injuries were like on his shoulder or his elbow. But when your injuries start to be on your legs this early, I think that you slowly start to chip away at that explosive. I think that that's the reason why, to me, LeBron has been able to go and have this unparalleled longevity, because he's never had the kind of injuries to his lower body until last year, right? Until that 1 year when he first got on over there. But I think that even when LeBron had that kind of that injury, then that's when I thought, okay, you know what? Not that LeBron's getting old, but he just had to pick his spots, right? He couldn't sit in that seat all the time. It chips away with it. So for me, Zion having these injuries to his lower body this early, and you have gotten this far, you were touted this next level superstar off of your explosiveness. And when you start to chip away at that early, I think that Zion could be an all-star, bro. But I think to be like they kind of looked at him almost like he was like the guy who would get the torch from LeBron. LeBron passed the baton. I don't think that he's that dude, man. I don't think that he. Listen, he's in year 3, and to me, this is the year that I think that you should be fixing the things that you don't do well, right? So Lonzo Ball corrected his jump shot in year 3, right? I think that this is the time that I think Zion should be correcting his jump shot, fine-tuning your game and everything like that. And he's not out there enough to even do that, though, bro. So I don't listen. It's not that I hope the best for him. I hope that I'm wrong, though, man. But my take, if I'm just strong opinion, I think that he won't be what we think he should have been.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Last question on basketball so we can move on. If you New Orleans, what you doing with him?
Oh, you got to keep him because here's the thing: if Charlie's wrong, right? If Charlie's wrong, uh, then that's just it. He's gonna listen. You're gonna have to extend him, right? So what's gonna happen if you New Orleans in next year? You let's say if he comes back and he's an all-star form and everything like that. If you're New Orleans, you have to extend him because you don't get ain't nobody just dying to go play for New Orleans, right? It's like usually even when Boogie went there, right? Boogie went there as part of like they traded him there, right? But nobody just goes there as a free agent. It's like the Pistons. Like very rarely does somebody say, "Oh, you know what? I can't wait to go sign with Detroit." You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's just one of those things. So if you New Orleans, you have to sign him just because you don't want the same thing that you don't want to repeat of what happened with Anthony Davis. So you got to sign him. But I think that the big thing about it is that it puts you in a bind as an organization to me that you got this guy who could potentially be the greatest thing ever. But then at the same time, you can't keep him on the floor. You can't keep him slim. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking like, bro, like, how can you build around that though, man? So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's real tough though, bro.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
listen.
Go ahead.
He out of there. And listen, I'm gonna tell you this here. Other hot take. I still think that Portland's gonna have to do something. Portland's gonna have to break up CJ and Dame. It might be this year. It might not be, but they got to break them up.
Problem is because CJ's injured, bro. I don't know that anybody's
get him out of there still. You know what he is. He is what he is. You know what CJ gonna give you, bro. Here's the thing. I was thinking about that though, and I only bring this. I know we're gonna switch topics here, but I look at that, and I just think that certain combination of players, if it doesn't manifest to a championship, then it runs its course, right? It expires. So I think that 5 years, right? 5 years.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like, one of the people would expect to replace him though is Ben Simmons. I just don't know then where the shooting part is coming from. Now, the only way I see that working, right, is if that means just like what I was talking about. I said Norman Powell would need to get more burn, which he's getting more burn, and he is doing his thing, which is that if that happens, then I'm for it. Or if they, say, okay, nix the whole Ben Simmons thing, and they like put their foot down and like, no, we want Bradley Beal. Like, I just don't know that,
I can see them. Listen, bro. I would see. Okay. See. Now you're getting me started, bro.
Here's the last thing before I let you just go ham with it, right? The other person, if I can't do the Ben Simmons deal, if I can't do the Bradley Beal deal, then I'm going in to get Buddy Hield.
So listen, Ace, let me ask you this though. I've always told people and thinking about Carmelo Anthony. I used to think Carmelo Anthony was like a numbers mercenary, right? Where Carmelo Anthony would put up the same numbers on any team, right? Especially out throughout his first 10 years in the league. I thought that Carmelo Anthony was a 25, 7 rebound kind of guy, and it didn't matter what team you put him on, right? I just thought that he was like a numbers mercenary. Here's what I'm wondering though, bro. What if Bradley Beal is just a scoring mercenary? Like, what if Bradley Beal is one of those guys that just in the long history of the NBA who's really good at scoring, but you just can't win a championship with him, bro? Well, I think that he makes the most sense.
Bradley Beal don't have that dog though. I mean, Russell Westbrook fronted him out on that.
I don't know if he got that. I wouldn't say he don't got that dog. Bro, I just think that
when I say that, like, I'm not okay. He might have a Chihuahua in him, right? But he ain't got no pit bull in him. Because you
can't average 30 points and not have that dog in you, bro.
No. That's just like how we talked about KD. As good of a player that he is, he's a terrible leader. Same with Kyrie, right? Kyrie is not a leader, but he can get you buckets. What I'm saying is this. So Bradley Beal thought they were about to lose a game when Russ and them was there, right? Russ took over the game. Like Bradley Beal's like just he missed a shot or seen somebody miss a shot, and he's just like, oh, I just completely gave up. Russ put the team on his back, they win the game. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by like, I don't care how many points.
That's leadership though. That's my point. That's where I'm saying. So here's what I mean. So I think that when you say that dog, that means something. I think that what I'm saying is what if, because people used to question if Carmelo Anthony was playing to try to win championships or if he was just okay with scoring a bunch of points and not winning something, right? And
Right.
so I look at that and I think that, well, you know what? This boy Bradley Beal, he could have forced trades even now, right? Like this was my thing, to be quite honest with you. And I respect if he stayed in Washington, but he's been in Washington this whole entire time, and I think that they've had some solid pieces around. He's just been out there with LeBron them and, against LeBron for his whole entire career until the last 3 years. But listen, he's going to be eligible for a contract that's going to pay him like 55 mil, right? I don't know how you turn that down, but I think that to me, I'm just wondering, as good as Bradley Beal is at scoring, that what if he's just a paid assassin? You pay him 50 and he'll give you 30.
But here's the thing. So you put him in Portland where he doesn't have to be the dog because Dame Lillard's going to be. Then he can just be scoring. That's what I'm saying is all you're doing is changing the scenery for Dame so that McCullough can go do his thing. It's going to be cheaper for Washington in the long run. So all I'm saying is if you can't get Ben Simmons, which I think that's the direction everybody would want them to go in, then I'm looking at other alternatives, either him or Buddy Hield. Somebody who actually wants to do something for a team. Like he's hungry to be on a different team.
Bro, I think that listen, I'm gonna be if I'm keeping it 1,000. If you Portland can pull a 3-way deal. I think that if you if you get Ben Simmons, you have to get another scorer. So I think that it makes sense that if you get Ben Simmons, that you say, all right, I'm gonna get Ben Simmons and I'm gonna try to get Buddy Hield, bro. Like, listen, I'm just surprised that the Lakers, as much as I like Russ, if you the Lakers, I would say if I could get Ben Simmons in a deal and I had to give up Russ and I got Buddy Hield as well, I think they would chuck him the deuce by tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
But I think if you get Ben Simmons to me only makes sense on a team that got a bunch of people who are scorers or shooters. But I don't think that and Portland doesn't have that, right? They let Gary Trent Jr. go, and Dame's just it. So I don't think that there's enough offense to me to put Ben Simmons on that team. But if you get Buddy Hield and Ben Simmons, then you're talking about a whole different thing, though. I think that's better. That's a better look to me than CJ by himself, though.
Yeah, yeah. So, bro, changing it up. The trial had the first little hearing, and for Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, and some new stuff has come out that Tory's team is basically saying the girl Meg got some inconsistencies in her story. And according to a witness, they're saying that Meg and her friend were actually in an altercation before the incident took place, and that the muzzle flash actually came from the friend. And they're saying that the shells that were quote unquote in Meg's foot are all of a sudden missing. So the holes in her feet is missing, just like the holes in her story.
Hey, Kennedy.
What's up?
This is hurting my heart, bro. This
Yeah.
is hurting my heart. This is hurting my heart, bro. Because Megan Thee Stallion is a Texas treasure who should be protected at all times. But I don't know if I want to protect her if it's a lie, bro. This is hurting my heart to find this out. The funny thing that I thought of all this is that they said in this whole deposition that Tory Lanez had a gun and pointed him at her feet and said, "Dance, bitch." And I only can think of that in my Rick James I think that he had to sound like Rick James when he said it, for one. So I think that's hilarious in itself. But I don't know, but he's been saying that this wasn't him, and it's just as much as she's been saying that you did. He's been pretty adamant about saying that this isn't me. So I'm just sitting here thinking, like, he didn't say we gonna let the truth come out. We gonna let this, that. He said, no, this ain't me.
Well, like I told you from day one when we brought this up, I was waiting until the facts came out before I made any judgment. That's what I said. Go back and pull the tape. So I'm not gonna have to backtrack at all. If something comes back and it winds up to be that there are some falsities in the story, I'm not gonna have to apologize. I'm gonna be one of the only ones from the community of podcasters that ain't gonna have to apologize to nobody.
Ace, I'm gonna have to apologize to this man. Not that he's gonna be watching for the Charlie Venus apology if it happens, right? But I feel like she came out and said, "No, you did it." Like it's not like for some kind of accusation to that level of severity, and you pin that on someone, like you gotta feel like, no, this is like you gotta feel conviction behind that. And so I'm gonna say that I'm gonna still be hopeful that she. I'm not gonna say I'm hopeful that he did shoot her in the foot. I'm just gonna hope that she'll fill in these inconsistencies with this story, and that they come to some kind of amicable um, resolution that is resolved within some kind of agreement to them, that nobody says anything, and that they come to that kind of civil resolution, though.
So what if she just come out and be like, listen, man, I was drunk. I don't remember everything that happened.
Oh my gosh. If she comes out and says she was drunk, but then I think that she lied, bro. Because just because you were drunk, that doesn't necessarily excuse the fact that you lied. Like you were a drunk liar then, right? But she was sober when she came out and restated this whole thing, though, bro. So I'm just like, yo, I don't
Well,
know, man.
like I said, only time will tell. And I'm sure this is gonna be a long thing, especially, it seems like they're starting to get back into the swing of dealing with cases because we got the verdict from the Jesse Smollett case.
Juicy.
Juicy Smouye. Base.
Listen, did he actually get time?
Well, that originally he was supposed to get time, so I don't know what's gonna be, because it was like 3 years. He was looking at 3 years because all the resources wasted, and like it's a bunch of stuff involved with it. So
Like, if he had to pay, listen, okay, this is my thing. I think that the public humiliation to me was more than enough, because he's never. I don't think that people are ever going to rock with him again like that. Unfortunately. Uh, at the same time, though, man, like, listen, I would rather see somebody go to jail for something way more harsh. This one isn't that big of a deal. Pay the fine, pay whatever you say it was the cost of the time of having all these
yeah,
people do all this. Pay, give him a fine.
put him on probation, give him some community service.
That's it, though, man. Like, I don't listen, man. I don't. I want to see. He doesn't have to be punished, right? I think that he has to fine him. Whatever you find is the right amount. He shouldn't appeal the fine. Just accept it, because here's the thing, though, bro. Like, could you? Only Tyler Perry would hire him back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He would have to take some time off. But yeah, he would.
He can go on Power. He can go. He can get on Power.
Something. Yeah, but he forever gonna be Juicy Smouye, bro. It's never changed.
He's juicy, man.
You might as well just change his name to Juicy, bro.
Oh my gosh, man. Which is crazy too, man, because he has his sister.
From Lovecraft Country.
I love her in movies. Like, I've never seen her in a movie that I didn't like, and that's when I realized that I just like her though, man.
Yeah, she was also in Birds
Roll
of Prey.
bounce.
Yep, Birds of Prey. She was Canary.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I listen, man. Love, love, love. Love her. I realize that too, though, man. Like that's kind of my logic. Like if I like a few of your things, though, man, then it's like, all right, that's how it was with Little Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard him a couple times. I'm like, okay, I don't hate him. So if I don't hate you after three times, it's like I like you.
Yeah. Dog, speaking of liking movies and stuff, bro, you go check out that Spider-Man, bro.
Listen, so I want to check out the Spider Man. I'm still a bit on the fence about going into a movie theater. To be quite honest with you, it's not that I'm not. It's funny to me how I feel about going to the movies is about how I feel about getting vaccinated. Where it's like I, it makes sense to me, but I still feel some kind of way about it. But I haven't. No,
Like, what's your reservations behind it? Like, I'm not judging. Like, you have the right to feel the way that you feel. But what is it like? You play basketball against people on a regular basis.
That's true.
But you won't.
Okay, but then for one, when I'm playing basketball, I'm usually outside. I'm outdoors, right? So that part's cool. I feel like germs go with the wind, so I don't feel like germs settle in one place when you outside. This is just my logic. I'm not a. This is no scientific proof to back any of this. But my thought is that on any given day, the wind is selling at least 5 miles per hour. And so if there are any droplets, the wind is taking it away when we play
Wait a
outdoor
minute.
basketball.
I'm talking about your indoor ball with your team.
Okay. So then here's the other thing. The other part to that is when I'm playing indoor basketball, I'm never at a point where I'm sitting for a long. This is gonna sound crazy, Ace. Listen to this. I'm never sitting long enough for somebody's droplet to get in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Ace. I'm never. I'm talking while I'm playing basketball, right?
So you're
And
talking, having your mouth open for the droplets, but you're not sitting down enough to catch
but I'm never in one place. I'm never in one place long enough with my mouth open
it.
and to breathe in somebody else's droplets or for them to get in my mouth.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was in a movie theater for 2 hours sitting right next to somebody, I would feel like I'm exposing myself more though.
Okay.
That's a
All right.
lot. At least in my head, it works
Yeah.
out that way.
I mean, hey, to each his own. It's no big deal. But you did catch some of the Hawkeye.
I started watching Hawkeye. Yeah, so I watched the first I think the first two episodes when they revealed the girl who was looking for the other girl. I don't know this is great. I don't know who she is. What's the significance of her?
You talking about? Wait. You talking about? You saw the chick in the black?
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Okay, so
Okay, did you
when
see it when she was a little girl? And
yeah.
okay, so you talking about Echo? She can't hear.
I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't got to that point.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Okay,
You
listen. So they got captured when the girl and what's called it Hawkeye got captured,
right.
and he said he wanted to speak to the boss. They
Oh,
flashed it to the boss.
oh,
Yeah,
okay. So okay. All right. So yeah. You're still on the end of episode 2. Okay. But
yeah.
you
So I'm
did
about to start 3.
okay. So you did see Echo. You just don't know who she is. Okay.
Yeah. What is she about?
I'll let you see that. It's basically she has significance to Hawkeye. Like there's a reason why she's been waiting to see him. And so, like I said, I think that because of where you at, it would make more sense once you see it. Because you right there.
I'm probably gonna end up watching it tonight. I'm gonna end up. Yeah, pretty sure I'll watch like maybe 2 episodes till tonight, though, man. But listen, I'll tell you this though. I did enjoy the first 2 episodes. The
Yeah.
missus was like, nah, the first one she just didn't like. It didn't capture her fast enough to set up whatever it was. She was just thinking that it's Marvel. It's gonna be all action. It's gonna be this, that, and the other. And I think that she didn't wait around for the action.
Yeah, because see, I was surprised at that too. When you told me you liked the first 2 episodes, I was like surprised because you be bailing out on stuff quick. Like you gave up
Don't
on the
take me
first.
long.
Yeah. And so the fact
Yeah,
that if you're still in it, then you should be straight because it gets better.
well, so here's the thing though. So I didn't quite give up on Wanda when I should have. Because my normal thought process is I should have gave up on Wanda after the first episode. But
Yeah.
I stayed down with it because I was like, oh, this is Marvel. Let me give them a chance though, man. So yeah, bro. But
Did you actually like the
yeah.
Captain America Winter Soldier?
What do you mean?
The Falcon Winter Soldier series?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah, I told
Okay.
you that. That one was the one that had it was all action. I love everything about that.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, like to me, so far of those spinoffs, it's the best one.
Yeah. Well, shoot. Next week is the final week for Hawkeye. Then right after that, bro, the Boba Fett start up.
I just saw I just saw the trailer for that today, as a matter of fact, though, man. So I know y'all Star Wars boys is gonna be on 10 about this.
Not your boy. I'm not.
No,
No, I'm not really here's the thing. Am I gonna watch it? Of course. But I'm not looking forward to it, and which I could be pleasantly surprised. Here's my thing. The fact that the trailers that they showed have not showed much is what intrigues me because that means they're hiding something. Meaning this, right? When we first saw the trailers for Mandalorian, they had no hints of Grogu at all. And in the first episode, we get a glimpse at Grogu. At the time, we just called him Baby Yoda, right?
Baby Yoda.
So what I'm saying is, if the fact that they keep showing these same scenes, what aren't they showing us? Here's my thing. If they do not have Cad Bane in this series, I'm out.
Who is Cad Bane?
Cad Bane is another bounty hunter. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go super nerdy. But what I'm saying is, for like the people who are behind the series, Dave Filoni and John Favreau. John Favreau is the dude who plays Happy on Iron Man, the one that his
Yeah.
okay. So Cad Bane is another bounty hunter, and this is about bounty hunters. Like basically, Boba Fett killed, Jabba the Hutt is gone, right? So there's an opening for that spot. Jabba the Hutt is the one that ran that organization of.
Tell me again. Remind me again. How did Jabba die?
Jabba died by Princess Leia choking him out with that chain.
Choked him out with the chain. Yeah.
Had that boy tongue sprouted all the way out. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, when he died, his number 2 took over, Bid Fortuna. I know you don't know who that is. I'm just throwing out his name. But anyway, Boba Fett at the end of the Mandalorian came.
Bid Fortuna was the dude who had the little.
Yeah. Boba killed him and sat on the throne. And so now he's running the organization. And he's like, look, I'm running the organization now, but I ain't trying to do it like Jabba the Hutt did. And so all these other bounty hunters is basically trying to get him off the throne, because whoever runs that seat runs everything. You make the most money. So it's like it's like a Star Wars gangster film, basically. So like I said, if they do all that and Cad Bane isn't in it because he's like my favorite bounty hunter, it's not for me, bro. Cad Bane got the R&B hat, bro. It's crazy.
Cad Bane is the
He's blue, but he's got the R&B hat.
Oh yeah, he was in Clone Wars. Yeah. I started watching. Wasn't he
He was in Bad Batch.
He was in Bad Batch. That's why I remember him, man. Yeah.
He fought Fennec Shan, which Fennec Shan is Boba Fett's the girl that's with Boba Fett. They fought in Bad Batch. So I'm just like, if you put him there and they fought Fennec Shan, it only makes sense that you bring him in the Bounty Hunter show. It just makes sense.
He did have that cold hat, bro. The hat was fresh.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If he's not in it, bro, I don't know. But anyway, look, man. This is the Slash Brotherz podcast. This is the final show before the new year. So with that, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, all of the holidays in between, safe holidays, be safe. When we come back for 2022, it's gonna
we hold on. We're doing Tuesday.
huh?
Next Tuesday.
Oh yeah. It ain't Christmas yet. Oh, my bad. Jumping the gun, bro. Jumping the gun. Well, already ready to go on vacation
Listen,
already.
hey, listen. On Tuesday, Ace, I need you to be prepared. The 5 things that you were wrong about this year, and 5 things that you know you was right about.
That's what's up.
5.
All right, bro. Well, look, man, be safe out there in the booth, and make sure that you I'll hit. Obviously, we'll be talking on your way back or whatever like that. But yeah, be safe, enjoy the fam, and yo, man, do your
Yeah, it's
thing.
turn and burn, man. Unfortunately, it's turn and burn. So I might be headed back out, headed back to the crib on Sunday, maybe Monday. I'll see what's happening. But listen, already, if you haven't, like I said earlier, be sure to like and subscribe. 2022, next level, though, man. Like my brother was saying, Ace Kennedy,
Yeah.
can we get that music, sir?
It doesn't matter what your name
The
is.
Slash Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brotherz podcast.